Yo, what up? So in today's video, I'm gonna be walking you through how this week we booked 78 new discovery calls for our lead generation agency through just outbound channels. What kind of a system are we running? What is working really well? And also what are the problems or the bottlenecks that we are seeing and what are we really struggling with? The system in itself for our setup is in itself really simple. There isn't anything crazy magical, but I thought that this is something that I would have liked to see and learn years ago, or like 3, 4, 5 years ago. Would have been really helpful to see like other perspectives. So let's get into it. And here's just like, I'm gonna go into like more in-depth numbers a bit later on, but here's like a recap of Monday 15, Tuesday 14, Wednesday 17, Thursday 16, Friday 14, in total 76, and then during Saturday we booked 2, I think, which gets 78 discovery calls. So I'll break this down, how we do it, what's working, what isn't, yada yada yada. Also, a quick plug: if you run a marketing agency and you want to work one-on-one with me on my team, pretty much the same team that is scaling this agency, if you want us to come in and scale your agency as well together, go check out Agent Velocity from the link in bio. Check this video out on how we work with you, what we do, and go book a call. We'll get you to 30 to 50,000 a month, and we also guarantee you 10K in new month recurring revenue. So it's a pretty good deal. It's a steal almost. But yeah, to get into it, pretty much our current structure, maybe you were expecting something magical, but this is pretty much how we run it. So from last week, we had 2 outbound channels, and these are our main outbound channels. Of course, we get some occasional stuff from LinkedIn and from here and there, but like our 2 main channels are cold email and cold calls. And I'm gonna be mostly focusing on the cold call side of things because cold email side isn't ran by me. I just know like what's happening there, but this is not run by me. I don't know the exact numbers and exact stats here. This is run actually by it's run by just like one dude, one absolute killer who has been crossing it for years. And yeah, he's running this, and I'm in charge of the cold call department or SDR department. And this is like a pretty new thing. So we started this like last month, like midway last month or beginning of last month, we started the SDR team. And then beginning of this month, so this is May, so like 25 days ago, we started taking the SDR team seriously, and I started like fully dedicating my time to it. So yeah, we run cold email and cold calls, and on cold calls we have 3 SDRs or 2.5, 2 full-time and 1 part-time SDR who's also taking discovery and demo calls and learning. And our like process here is super simple. The SDRs, they call. Right now we use Close as our auto dialer, and the cold email rammer who runs the cold email campaigns, he scrapes different lists from different geographical locations and different industries. He uploads them to Close. The SDRs pull up in the morning and they just start ripping calls there. Like really simple calls. We don't have any special scripts or structures. We just mainly rely on credibility and like of course basic sales practices, tonality and objection handling and stuff like this. But mainly everything is just dialed in on the offer and credibility. So there's no need for anything magical. So we just rip cold calls straight to discovery calls. Straight up, hey John, I saw that you're doing this and this and that. We do this and this and this. We thought we could help you out. Let's hop on a call. Boom. And then on cold email, of course, we run normal cold email campaigns again to different segments, and every single time when there's a positive response, also the SDRs in most cases warm call those leads. So let's say someone responds to an email saying, hey, this sounds really interesting. Boom, it gets forwarded to our SDR, and they call them and they say, yo, John, you just responded to our email. You want to hop on a call? Boom, boom, boom. This is also why this number is a little bit skewed, because like cold email alone probably would have booked more calls, but because the SDRs steal these calls a bit, the data is a little bit skewed. And we don't, like honestly speaking, we don't have like super good data tracking right now in place because we just started this thing out. And yeah, then we run the discovery calls, and I'm not going to go into the discovery and demo and sales process right now. But it goes into discovery. From discovery, it either gets qualified or disqualified. It goes to a demo where we pitch our offer. It goes to follow-up and stuff like this. When it comes to the actual numbers, I know a lot of people are interested in this. When it comes to the actual numbers of the SDRs, I can't show you the full live dashboard because I don't want to dox or about details and the people in the team. But this is a screen cap from this week from our dashboard. And this week we called 1,141 cold calls. Here it says 3 warm calls, but I know this is way higher. So again, our data tracking isn't perfect. We got 40% of people who we called picked up the phone, and from that we booked 65 discos. Our SDRs in total worked 93 hours. Again, not perfect tracking because it's just manual. And on average, we are booking 5.7 discos, 5.7% discos from cold calls. So if we call 100 leads, we're booking 5.7 out of them in the discovery calls, which I think is like pretty good. I didn't really have that good of a benchmark on this when doing this at scale. Like my initial benchmark was 3%, but we are hitting like 5.7, which is almost double what we are going for. And if anyone is interested how we do our tracking, it is a little bit embarrassing, but our tracking is super simple. We have 2 forms, end of the day forms. So it's just like a really simple Google Sheet form. And there's one for the SDRs, and then there's also one for the account executives, aka the closers, and they just fill it every single day, how many calls they took, or how many calls they did, how many people picked up, how many discos they booked, yada, yada, yada. And for account executives, the same thing. How many calls did you have? How many showed up? How many demos did you have? How many showed up? How many discos went to demos? How many closed? How much revenue you closed, etc. And then it just goes into, this is built on, like this dashboard is built on Looker Studio, and it just like calculates the formulas, and it's really simple. You can filter by rep and filter by dates and all this stuff. We have a dashboard like this for the SDRs, and we have a dashboard for like this for the closers as well. And there's a bunch of other data here as well. But as I said, I can't really show it because it has some confidential information that I don't want to show. But yeah, this is pretty much how we run it. And right now, like our biggest bottleneck 100% with this, like obviously you can look at this and you're gonna think like, holy shit, like we're fucking crushing it on these numbers, 5.7% conversion rate from cold call to disco, just with 3 SDRs. Like it looks super good, and it's like having killer SDRs is really, really good acquisition source. Like if you compare it to, for example, paid acquisition, our cost per call is way lower. Of course, it could be even lower. It could be like dirt cheap, but since I have been an SDR for many years of my life and I've done cold calls and door knocking and cold sales a lot, I have like a benchmark that I want the SDRs to make a lot of money and have like a really, really good like daily workflow, and we want to pay them really well. So we're paying them more than generally in our industry SDRs are getting paid. So we're a little bit missing on the profits, but I think that's fine because good SDR should be paid a lot. It's the most important part of the whole business. So we're paying them pretty well. And right now the biggest bottleneck isn't really how many or how many discos we can book. Like we could double this team. We could have 6 SDRs and we could have all of the new SDRs tramped up, trained, taking calls every single day, like really fast. We could probably get like 3 new SDRs, or we could like double the team in a week or 2 without any issues. We could triple it, quadruple it, I'm 100% sure. We have a lot of people trying to apply for the SDR positions every single day. So doubling this team, tripling this team, it would not be an issue, and we could probably be booking like 120, 150 discovery, at least 120 discovery calls a week, really fast if we wanted to. But right now the problem is what happens after discovery call. So if I make this a little bit smaller, like pretty much after discovery call, we have our demo, and after demo, we might have a third call. So we might have like a follow-up call or like a decision-making call. And after that, we of course have fulfillment, and then we have upsells and backsells and all of this stuff. The reason why we really can't scale this up, or why we don't want to scale this up, is because we don't have accurate data on this process. Because with cold calling and with cold emails, it's really easy to get the data really fast. You can get it like same day pretty much. Like if an SDR calls 100 calls, they book 5 discos from those calls, like you'll have like the main benchmarks immediately. Of course, you don't really know the quality of those calls and all of those things yet, but you can get like most of the data right now. But with account executives and with closing the rest of the sales process, like getting accurate numbers on how many discovery calls show up, how many discos are qualified, how many discos go into demo, how many demos show up, how many demos close, what is the actual deal size, what is the actual upfront cash collection rate, how many people get upsold, how many people go from a trial, like a paid trial, to a normal retainer, and all of these things, like it takes a long time because someone like booking discovery call to actually converting from a paid trial or converting just like a normal offer, like this can take like 4 to 6 weeks depending on the sales cycle. Of course, the better your reps are and better your call quality is and better the offer is, like the sales cycle is going to usually go down. But generally speaking, like having like full accurate numbers, like if we book 78 discovery calls today or this week, like knowing what happened to these 78 discovery calls and knowing how much revenue we generated per discovery call, like that, we might not have the data in 4 to 6 weeks. You know, like we might know it like halfway August, to be like fully transparent with you. So then it's like a little bit this, like there's a little bit of this uncertainty. We don't really know, like maybe there's an issue with the call quality, or maybe there's an issue with something with the targeting, like maybe there's an issue with our offer. So if we went right now and let's say went from 3 SDRs to 9 SDRs and started booking 120 calls a week, like it could like all explode here and we could like fucking crash and burn, and suddenly we have been paying like massive commissions. So we have been paying like 40K, 50K a month in SDR commissions, but then not enough of the discovery calls convert and we actually end up losing money, or just like inefficient, or there was something broken in the process. So really right now what we are doing is we are just waiting to see what happens. Like we'll probably book like 300 discovery calls or 250, whatever discovery calls this month. We have been slowly ramping up, and every single week and every single day is better and better and better. So we'll probably end up like between 250 and 300 discovery calls. We'll probably have to wait until like July, halfway July, to know how much money we actually made from these discovery calls and how much revenue we generated and how many clients we got. Like right now, I'm looking at here of our dashboard. Right now, based on our current data, like value of one discovery call for us is $466. So if we book 78 and like the average value, $466, like I don't know, this is, let's see, 78 times 466, like it's 36.3K in new revenue. So this new revenue, this is of course not our current clients, etc. Like, and we have actually gone above this. We have actually closed more revenue than this from like the, based on like our data from this month. But it's just like hard to say, and I don't want to gamble it and bring on like 6 new SDRs and then like blow up the whole system and get like screwed. So we're just taking it easy and patiently. But yeah, I wanted to make this video just to pretty much update this scenario. I made a video about this a few weeks ago and it did really well and people were really interested, and I got a lot of people messaging me, helping me out and doing all this stuff. So that was the idea for it. And yeah, hopefully this is valuable. Hopefully this is something that you can implement into your own business. And as I mentioned also in the beginning, if you want to work one-on-one with me and our team and scale your agency to 30, 40, 50,000 a month and book a bunch of calls, build good systems, build a good team, go check out the Angel Velocity from the link in bio, book a call with me. And let's see if it's a fit. We of course can't help everyone. We are not magicians, but the people who we can help, we can get them crazy, crazy results. So yeah, go check that out and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.